cellular systems of our body. And from the very beginning of the microorganism invasion, our body is cautious, is very much clear to our immune system that what is coming. So it's a unique concept and Nobel Prize winning concept of microbiology, the TLR, the toll-like receptor. The immunoglobulin, another soluble molecule of the acquired immune system. So the immune response is interrelated. The cell-mediated immunity and humoral immunity, they take part in immune response hand in hand, and they are interdependent. The immune response, if we consider it as the humoral portion where the different immunoglobulins are there, they produce the primary immune response whenever any antigen enters the body. The primary immune response is very immediate. Is it true? Yes, it is true. The primary immune response, the antigen enters and the body's response. Is it immediate? Is it immediate? No. The immune system takes long to recognize it. The initial phase is lag phase. What type of organism? They receive the signal from the TLR. Now the processing part of the antigen. The antigens are processed within the cell. And the processed antigen are expressed within our system by the different receptors. The affected cell, they flag out inside our peripheral blood system by hematopoiesis inside the blood system. They flag out the peripheral blood. Sebas. Now, the immune cells, the always in surveillance, macrophage cells, dendritic cells, they receive the signal. And from there, they engulf them or process them. There may be opsonization. So many pathways are there. And they started producing different type of immune responses. Now, immune response may be protective, may be unresponsive, may be destructive too. So, the immune response, when elicited, is good for us. But when there is no response, this is called anergy. There is a compromise between the organism and the human system. In case of long parasitic infestation, the parasite surviving within the system and our immune system not producing anything against the parasite. So there is a compromise between parasite and our immune system. We'll discuss all these things, where it happens, why there is compromisation, and what sort of immune response body produces. The first one is the humoral one, that is through the IgM and IgG. If you see, this picture, the first antigen, after the entry of the antigen, and this side is the concentration of antibody, and here is the primary antigen exposure. So this is the lag phase of at least 10 days. No response, please. There is no response. The processing stage of the antigen. After that, the first antibody to appear is IgM. IgM appears first. The stage is lag phase, log phase, and then exponential phase. Plateau is reached, and then the declining phase at the level of 16 to 18 days. IgM declines. IgG, just after 12 days or 13 days, start picking up. And now, it is the turn of IgG to protect throughout the period of at least 30 days. So, this is the primary immune response. But what happens when that same organism enters again? Say for example the dengue, say for example the COVID, second infection of COVID, or any sorts of infection, maybe amoeba, maybe parasite, whatever it may be. The second entry of the same organism having the same genotype, at least 95% homology. With the entry of that organism, the existing antibody titer falls because it reacts with the antigen. So, antigen-antibody complex form. That's why this is the negative phase. With the secondary antigen exposure, if you measure the antibody level, it goes down. Then once again, there is a peak, and this peak is after 4 to 5 days. The time period is less now in compared to primary immune response. The secondary immune response is more efficient. Not only IgM, but the IgG from the memory cells, it starts proliferating. There is clonal proliferation. And then IgG is persisting. So, IgG is protecting, and the secondary immune response is more efficient than the primary one. The memory cells that persist are proliferated. So, this immune response is humoral immune response, and humoral immune response is usually B cell mediated. Now, the cell mediated immune system. The humoral mediated immune system most